I mean, you know, this
Yung
is
tayo yung
inherited.
ako na.
I understand from one generation to the other, like houses in Malawi where you had your great grandfathers even, you know, carved in the pillars, their, you know, even their sayings, etc., and the quotations of the Quran. So that was really quite difficult when that happened, and that was where there was no explanation done, and that is where the animosity began, and that is why, as I've said, the exposure likewise of several movements outside Mindanao. I mentioned Hashim Salamat, who brought the idea of having an independent entity within the republic, and that was how the Palestinians were actually wanting to have their own Palestinian government within the Israel country. So if it is, if they succeeded, or at least what the movement was doing, that was what influenced Hashim Salamat to start it. I gave that Secretary Tila as a background, because that was when it started, and it became a little quite troublesome. But the politicians came in, and so they used the movement of Hashim Salamat for political ends to get favors from President Marcos. I think we know that as part of history, you know, bitter as it may be for us to recognize this, but that was how politics moves, and you know how the bargaining sometimes happens, that political leaders would demand something so that they could be able to get something in return, and the people are forgotten. And so here you are now at this stage, realizing that at one time, not too long ago, because the Tripoli Agreement was sometime between 74 to 76, when finally we had lengthy conversations between President Marcos and Colonel Gaddafi himself, discussing the provisions of the Tripoli Agreement. And when we still have Secretary Amir, who's still alive today, and if those of you in media would want to interview him, he, together with Undersecretary Carmelo Barbero, because Carmelo Barbero was the Undersecretary of Defense at the time. Carmelo Barbero, as Undersecretary of Defense, and his aide, Colonel Ermita at the time, went back and forth from Tripoli and Manila and worked together with the staff of the Secretary of State of Gaddafi. This is Secretary of State Dr. Al-Kreki, to formulate the Tripoli Agreement. So, those of you who are listening to me in media, you can interview Secretary Amita regarding this. I speak of this as first-hand knowledge, having been in Tripoli likewise in all those occasions, and having had the occasion of how Mrs. Marcos was able to convince Colonel Gaddafi that there is no genocide in Mindanao. In fact, Colonel Gaddafi was surprised, because when Mrs. Marcos brought out the map, she showed him exactly where the Muslim communities were. Lanao Sur, some portions of North Cotabato, which is now Maguindanao province, and then your island provinces, Sulu, Basilan, and Tawi-Tawi. You see, sabi nga ni Mrs. Marcos, that is where it is only predominantly Muslim. And this is the whole of Mindanao. So you see, the Tripoli Agreement, as you said, Secretary Al, joins together all the people of Mindanao into this autonomous government, which should have been really more effective if eventually it would be the federal form of government. I think our president now, who ran under the federal party, realizes the significance, the importance, and the history of a federal form of government. So, you're well on good track. I think you're riding the good bus now towards that. Let's hope for the best as far as this is concerned, with of course the provisions of the Tripoli Agreement also taken into consideration. Both of us, I think, do not agree with the way the barn was constructed or the way it was organized. Because as you see, the government center is in Cotabato City. Cotabato City is not part of the barn. But of course, you have a beautiful government center. And please, this is not carrying my own chair, but we designed it. I was there when this was being designed. And if you will open the caption in that building, my epic poem on Cotabato is buried
Ang
there,
isda
together
mupugod,
with the
ang
first
buwad mupugod.
officials of the regional autonomous government of 9 and 12 under then the executive chairman, Simeon Dato Manong, and of course, several of
Ay,
those
nanguhit
in the
naman eh.
assembly at the time. So, we had the
Yan naman
autonomous
sige kabot.
government
Ay,
at the
nanguhit.
time. Let's hope for the best. Now, let's go back to your office, Secretary Almarin. What are the priorities you have now under you?
Mga buot.
But before
Gahi
the
ako.
office,
Ako gamitan ko. Ako.
historical account. Those who do not learn from the lessons of history are bound to receive it at times in the paper.
Tumbang ka
Now I
mo.
can take my office. This office was crafted by President Bongo Marcos, where my advice. In reference to the president, a friend, brother for 28 years now, Rita. You do not know that. Even in the 1935 election, the only one unpicked by the late Ambassador Eduardo Costa Ocampo to run for Senate. And since then, we are together with the secretary plans that he has in mind now
Ay, naudukot.
announced that top to the presidency. And when he asked me for 3 positions of my choice in 3 different departments of government, I thought before I would just continue advising on what they say and NCD. And now, reminder for me, which we made earlier, is to get our Muslim brothers together and get for national unity. So the purpose of the task of the office of